All right, y'all. What's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Aisha, and we talk about everything health from the top of your head to the soles of your feet. And today we're going to talk about that good old thing called sugar and why you have sugar cravings. And we're going to talk about ways to actually curb those sugar cravings or to get rid of them altogether, right? Because oftentimes our body craves sugar or craves something sweet because we are lacking in something. And sometimes it's something that is mental, right? It has nothing to do with the actual sweet food itself. So let's dive a little deep, y'all. Okay, so let's talk about sugar. Let's talk about why we are having these cravings and what is going on, and some interesting ways to actually curb your sugar cravings. Now, naturally, we have these cravings because our body is lacking something that we are not giving it. Often that's protein or fats, because those sugars are equivalent to those carbohydrates, which break down into sugars, which go into our bloodstream and it gives us energy. It is made for that. But sugar itself is something very simple, and is something that will spike insulin levels, spike those blood sugar levels very, very quickly to give us that jolt of energy. And then it brings us down sometimes equally as quickly. All right. And that's why we talk about complex carbs. And so that we can get that lasting energy versus that poof, that up and down, and then that crash that we usually get, right? And so, four interesting things about sugar cravings or things you can do to combat it, right? So if you're like, I gotta have that Snickers bar at 2 o'clock or I'm gonna die, y'all, honestly, most of the time we just make bad habits out of things we already do, right? And so having a Snicker bar at 2 o'clock may not even be what you need. Well, it's not what you need, but we do it anyway because it's one, it's habit, and two, we have done it so much that our body is like on a time clock. It really is. And so, y'all, here are some things that you can do to help with craving different things. One, you can brush your teeth. And I know that sounds crazy, right? It sounds crazy. But what's great about toothpaste is that the toothpaste companies, they made it very easy for us to like the taste of toothpaste, right? If it tastes like chalk or tar or whatever, we would not enjoy it as much as we do. And we probably wouldn't do it twice a day. Now, I don't know how many times you brush your teeth, but I'm saying it's a lot easier when it doesn't taste like, right? And so brushing your teeth, one, it helps your teeth, especially if you've got, right? And then two, it's going to help you have a little bit of sweetness, that minty flavor, without consuming a whole bunch of stuff. All right. And so maybe this is something you've heard of, maybe it's something you don't. But when I'm like, oh gosh, I need to have whatever, because we don't need to have anything, right? But you gotta have it. That craving is coming on. Try going and brushing your teeth and see what happens. Number two, drink more water. And I know, water is like the solution for a lot of things, because when we become dehydrated and we haven't consumed enough of that good old H2O, our body needs something to give us energy. It needs something to push us. And oftentimes we will crave something very sweet. And not many crave an apple, a banana, right? We don't crave those whole fruits. We're like, give me that piece of candy. Give me that Swedish fish. Give me whatever your choice of sweetness is. Give me that latte with all the sugar and all the things in it, right? Give me that glass of fruit punch. Give me that cup of soda, whatever it is. And so making sure that we remain hydrated with water. And I don't mean remain hydrated with artificial sweetened water. Okay, so if you're taking your little squirt bottles or whatever you do and you're going for it, it's going to kind of still give that, because artificial sweeteners do something else to the body, which we will get into. But making sure that you're just drinking a glass of water, a cup of water. Take a little cup and say, okay, I need some more. Grab that cup, fill it up, and just chug it. And see how you feel. And say, okay, do I really want or need this chocolate? Or is it something that I've done so much that I'm naturally going to eat it? All right. So I want y'all to think about that. And I want you to try it out. Try brushing your teeth. Try drinking a bunch of water. And then see how it makes you actually feel. Because I want to see. All right. Another thing you can do is drink herbal tea. a lot of herbal teas are naturally sweetened. Now, if you're used to dumping, or you're from the South where sweet tea um, is incredible and rampant and lovely, but it is almost like syrup, that is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about herbal tea, like a spiced tea that you can drink in its natural form with its natural sweeteners. And that is something you can get. You can drink it hot, especially, we're in the fall. It's nice and cold outside, warm inside, right? But that warm tea just gives you a sense of calming, but it also helps you with that craving. Because by the time you're done with that cup of tea, you're like, oh, that was nice, right? And then the thought goes away, but it also helps to curb that sweet tooth as well. So y'all, please make sure, get some herbal tea. If you're not a tea person, that's totally fine. Go brush your teeth, go drink some water, go do what you must in order to get it done. And lastly, something that is really quite simple, is nothing that is groundbreaking. If you have a sweet craving, grab a piece of fruit. That's it. That's it. Now, there are going to be certain fruits that are going to lift up your insulin levels a lot faster, like banana, than would other fruits like berries. So you can determine kind of where you want to go with that. But even a banana, it is a complex carb, y'all. It has so many good nutrients in it, is that it's going to be more lasting than your candy bar. Because I don't know about you, but I've seen candy bars being eaten in 0.2 seconds. Usually I don't down a banana that fast, right? And so it brings you back. It helps you to calm down, but also not eliminate the bad habits, but try to push out the bad habits with the better habits. So instead of saying, I got to just quit sugar altogether, say, okay, today, this is what I'm going to do if I have that craving. These are the steps that I'm going to take. And so eventually, you don't have to mentally say, I got to take these steps. You just automatically do it. You want something sweet, you reach for the banana that's already out on your countertop, looking so bright and yellow, and you're ready to eat that, versus the candy dish that's been sitting out that you go and pick things from mindlessly, right? And so those are the 4 things that's going to help, the interesting things that are going to help curb your sugar cravings and bring you back to a point where you say, oh, I have control over my own taste buds. Because our body doesn't need sugar, y'all. Does it need energy? Absolutely. Does it need protein? Absolutely. It doesn't need fats. It needs water, but it does not need sugar. The only thing I want sugar is your taste buds. And they're saying, hey you, go ahead and get me that candy bar. Go ahead and get me that ridiculously sugary coffee drink that you're drinking. And then 2 hours later, you are so hungry and you're like, oh, I'm tired again. All right, y'all. So make sure that you are aware of the places, the things you need to do, and the places you go, right? When you're having those cravings, where do you go? Where do you move to? Like, do you migrate to the kitchen pantry where you know it's going to be plenty of stuff? Or do you go to the countertop with the fruit that you bought a week ago that's about to go bad? Did we pass by that, right? So I wanted to come on in today to talk about that because I know sugar is a big thing and we're going to keep on talking about it. It is a thing that is wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I love a slice of cake like the best of us, right? I love a good, like, nice sweet tea. I do. I do. But I also know that if I'm drinking it while I'm craving stuff, it creates even more of those habits that I don't want in my life, right? I want it as something that I do every once in a while, something that I'm in control of, all right? Versus it's something that I cannot control. I have to have. But just figuring out simple ways to not, and to bring it back and to be a little bit better each time, y'all. So this video is really informational for those who are like, I've tried the crazy diets, I've tried this, I've tried that. But these are just simple ways. Things you already do. You already brush your teeth. I hope you do. I really do. Okay, we all brush our teeth, right? You already drink water. These are things that you can just implement more of, or be conscious of your cravings instead of saying, I'm going to take the easy way out. Let me just go grab this piece of candy. And then 2 hours later, you're grabbing another piece. And then 3 hours later, you're like, man, let me have that drink, right? So y'all, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can like and comment below and tell me what you think. What are some things that you crave? And what are some ways that you can implement to help you to lessen those cravings? All right, y'all. I will see you guys next time. Toodles.